What is the purpose of the Sabbath? Sometimes it feels like God's given us this arbitrary rule to take time out of our busy week to worship him and to rest and to not do anything. And sometimes as go-getting individuals, this can feel incredibly frustrating as we are trying to accomplish so much. We're trying to do good for the world. We're trying to do good for God's glory. And sometimes we can get so wrapped up and frustrated that it's like, why do we have to do this? Why do we need to take time out of our busy week to rest? Why do we need to prioritize corporate worship? Jesus gives us some insight in Mark chapter 2, verse 27. And he said to them, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath." The Sabbath was not made for its own glory. The Sabbath was not made so that it would be honored above all things. The Sabbath was made so that God would be honored and so that we would be blessed. And sometimes as religious people, we can get all worked up about the commands of God in the wrong way. And we forget that the commands of God are for our good and for our blessing. And when we begin to search and understand the Sabbath, we begin to focus more on, well, is it the Sabbath? Is it Saturday? Or is it the Lord's Day Sunday? And we get into all these different fights and bickering and trying to prove who's right and who's wrong, when Jesus says that that the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. We were not created to make the Sabbath wonderful. Instead, God created the Sabbath to be a blessing to us. When we rest, when we trust that God will take care of the things that we can't take care of, when we trust that he is bigger than our inaction, when we worship God by saying, God, here's all my stuff. Here's all this stuff that I want to get done. Here's all these things that I'm afraid of. I'm handing them over to you. You've got them. I am releasing control. God gave us the Sabbath so that we could connect with him and so that we could connect with our family and friends, so that we could be a part of restoring all those things that were broken with our sin, so that we can be a part of joining God in restoring relationships and restoring our health. And we get the added benefit that people who rest are more effective than people who don't. God is amazing. And when you look at when you should rest, don't just think about some command, but think and remember the love of God. God bless.